Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we keep going with our strategy series where you guys are deciding whichever strategy I should showcase. And yesterday a lot of people are asking for Lalo attacks. We're asking for Queen Charge Lalo attacks. I was just thinking, okay, let's do it. Let's try to use the most difficult strategy in Clash of Clans and do a small guide about that and try to explain what you should go for, what your army should look like, and how you guys can get the most out of this strategy in the end. The next thing which I want to talk about a small second before we're jumping into this attack, which you guys can see right now, is, well, my background. I got rid of the green screen. That's something which I was working towards already for a long time. And, well, it's finally happening. Obviously, not everything is finished yet. You hear the small echo maybe in the background, kinda. So the room is still kinda empty at the moment. Everything is work in progress, but we're slowly but surely getting there. I'm super excited about that, and well, I hope you guys like it overall. But now let's jump into the actual video, into the actual guide and the strategy Queen Charge Lalo. First off, I'm using right now like kind of my own version of this, and this is kind of important. Queen Charge Lalo is one of the strategies where you can have your own specific army, even though it's the same army in the end. What do I mean by that? Like, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the army composition on its own. So, for example, some people like to run only 2 freezes and then a ton of rages. Some people like to use like 2 freezes, 2 haste spells, and then a ton of rages. It's totally up to you. For example, my mix is 3 freezes, 1 haste, and then the rest rages. Like I said, everything is in your own style, and everything is like how you would like to play this strategy. There's no best, there's no worst way kinda in this attack strategy. It's always up to you and your style on how you charge and everything. I will explain my army composition, what I'm looking for, what I have in the blimp, and everything around that. Since this attack is already nearly over, I will talk a little bit about the finish of this attack, which is, well, I have in my blimp the Yeti blimp. So that's kind of important, which in the end leads me to the point where I say I do not charge for the town hall. This Yeti blimp is always meant to get the town hall. So if you're facing a ring base, if you're facing any base you would like to imagine of, you always have the blimp 99% of the time for the town hall. That's kind of the purpose of the thing. Then in addition to that, it kind of depends on how much damage is around. You sometimes need the freeze, you sometimes need the rage. It's totally up to you. The best way is to use like 2 Yetis and then 3 super goblins. I right now use the Valkyrie and the Barbarian just because, well, no one has the super goblins right now to donate for me, and I just want to do my attacks like non-stop, so I have to donate to myself. And I have super ball breakers, so I cannot donate any other super troops, for example, the super goblins. Let's talk about this base. I would break this down step by step. First thing, normally, if this would be a Queen Charge hybrid, we would 100% Queen Charge on the Town Hall side. But this is a Queen Charge Lalo, and we're not running a Dragon and Loon Clan Castle, which you guys can do as well. Like I said, there's so many styles of Queen Charge Lalo. And like I said, we are running the Yeti blimp Queen Charge Lalo. And this means we want to charge on the other side of the town hall because the goal for us is not to get the town hall. We're looking for other buildings. We are looking for the Eagle, for air X-bows, scatter shots, multi-inferno towers, and the enemy important heroes, which basically means Queen and a Royal Champ. Those are the 2 things which you're looking for. Then obviously taking out the clan castle is great as well. But that's overall the main things. Oh, yeah, I forgot one thing. The sweepers. The sweepers are super important, actually. And we are getting most of that, right? Like, we now broke into the core. We have access now to the scatters, to the sweepers, to 3 multi-inferno towers, to the enemy queen, which we already took out, and then the enemy royal champion. So there is so much value which we can get in this core. It's insane. And now, well, the next thing why this attack strategy is so powerful, or like so difficult, I would say, is because, well, there are so many things at the same time which you have to do. So if you do a Queen Charge hybrid, the Queen Chargers right now on its own are already kind of complicated, I would say. But the problem, or like the how do you say, the difference in between of Queen Charge Lalo, for example, and then Queen Charge Hybrid is, well, you're looking for a lot of things at the same time. So you have to Queen Charge, you have to follow with your King, you have to use the Royal Champion somewhere, and there are two main options where you can use her. First off, that's what I'm doing right now. Just send her with the Lalo, try to use her a little bit with the funneling or something, and that's kind of it. The next thing, which I could have done as well, just drop the Royal Champion on the flank of the Queen Charge to get an extra scatter shot, a multi-inferno tower, things like that, which are normally pretty easy for her to get. Obviously, do not send her into enemy heroes like the King, for example, or single inferno towers. That's obviously not the best way to use her, but still, she can get a lot of value and create really nice pathing for your Queen. But if you drop King, Queen, and the Royal Champ all early, make sure you get the Eagle first, because otherwise the Eagle is wrecking your healers. So, since I talked now about how you approach bases normally and what you're looking for, I want to show you guys one thing where sometimes you have to break your own rules, right? I said always the Yeti blimp is meant to be for the Town Hall, but in some cases, it's just not possible. Like this top side is way too juicy. Like we have two scatters over there, we have two sweepers over there, we have the enemy Queen, enemy Royal Champion, just overall way too much value. That's how it is. Like there are so many important buildings up there which we have to take out. So now the question is, should we ignore this? Should we still charge on the other side? I think maybe you could, but at the same time, sometimes you just have to go for it. Go for the bait, and sometimes you succeed and sometimes not. On my end, on this one, well, hopefully it works, but overall, I try to go for as much value as possible with this Queen Charge, so it's not pathing or anything, it's just pure building value. So we get two scatters, the Town Hall, two sweepers and everything around. That's a lot of value. And now, since we already used quite a bit, means Queen Charge and the King, we have to at some point start with the Lalo, right? And now, where do we use the Yeti blimp? The Yeti blimp is basically now to create pathing, because we have only one Hound with this army composition. It's not the best if air defenses are surviving, because most of the time on the back end you can overpower them, but at the same time, air defenses are pretty annoying for your loons. Like, that's not so nice to face them. So one thing which we can do with the Yeti blimp is just take out the air defense and create pathing. And that's what I'm going to do. So I will show you guys that in a second. So since the Lalo is starting from the left side, I want to get rid of the 6 o'clock air defense. And how do I do that? Yes, I send in the blimp, and with the death damage of the blimp, I can get rid of the air defense. I use the rage just to make sure that everything is going kind of quickly down there. And the pathing is created. You guys can see the loons are going straight forward through the core. We had a couple of loons on the outside, and everything is looking wonderful for us. Now, obviously, we should have frozen the inner single inferno tower to protect our Royal Champ, but hey, sometimes you need to mess things up to make things interesting, right? Like, of course, that was the main reason. I didn't mess up or anything. That was just the reason to get things more interesting. Either way, I'm kidding. This is the next 3-star, and as I said, sometimes you have to break your own rules, but still, most of the time we have the same approach, or like always the same approach. So one more time, I'll repeat everything in one attack, and I will show you guys exactly how to do so. First off, the blimp always meant for the Town Hall. During the Lalo, in the beginning of the attack, or during the Queen Charge. All of those options are possible. On this one, we're choosing to do it in the beginning, because you can always lure out the clan castle really nicely, so you do not have to face it in the core of the base, so there's not too much damage on a queen meanwhile. So that's step one. Make sure to figure out when and exactly which angle you should use the blimp for the Town Hall. So that's step one, kinda. Sometimes you start with it, sometimes it's during the Lalo, like I said. Now for us, so far everything looks great. The Queen is starting her Queen Charge, we used the poison onto the super minions, have no empowered shots left anymore, and now it's about to get the Queen going. How do we do that? Obviously, since we want to have the Queen going the right way, we want to have the King as funnel option. In addition to that, you do not just want to use the King as the funnel troop, you want to use him as a tank as well. So for example, on this end, he's tanking the outer tower and he's tanking the expo, which could have caused a rage for my queen. So we can delay this rage pretty long, which is awesome. Meanwhile, the king is doing a great job funneling everything on the outside. So we have really great pathing for our queen. So far, so good. Now the queen is slowly but surely getting into the danger zone. I'm using the rage early because I know that my queen is going to most likely wrap around the corner kind of strangely, and then is immediately going for the scatter. And I was thinking that the enemy royal champion would encounter my queen as well. Now we want to get the queen further in. The wall break didn't actually happen how I was hoping it would be, but still the queen is breaking through the correct wall, so everything is all right. Now it's all about where do we start with our Lalo. I was thinking, okay, either from the bottom, from the top side, but I want to get into the eagle as quickly as possible. Now the question is, where do we send in the royal champion? Once again, we did not use it as funnel option, so we have to use it somewhere else. Once again, do not use the royal champion into enemy heroes. So we have the king on the left side, which means for us, do not use the enemy, or like do not use your royal champion into enemy heroes. So do not use the enemy, do not use your royal champion at the king side. Instead, I'm using it to get rid of another air defense to make sure that we create pathing. That's pretty important. Queen, meanwhile, is still going in the core, still going strong, still like surviving and everything. So it's looking great. We still have one headhunter, which we do not really need, and that's pretty much it. Like, the Lalo is going strong. This is an incredible overkill. We still have the warning ability, which I just used. We still have the haste. That's how we do queen charge Lalo. A lot of things at the same time, but if you can master it, it's incredibly strong. Not only in Legend, but as well in like clan wars and everything around. So if you guys want to do more queen charge Lalo, try it. It will most likely not happen in the first couple of attacks, but still, try it, don't give up. And well guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what army you would like to see next, and let me guys know if you like this background. And I mean, I hope you like it, but yeah. And that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya. Bye bye.